If you've ever flirted with the idea of knitting in the round, then I've got the perfect beginner project for you. Hi, I'm Joolsy and I'm passionate about helping others with their knitting, so welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you a free knitting pattern which is a really good beginner's project for people who want to learn how to knit in the round. I'm going to teach you how to make a knit scrunchie like this one. And what you'll need for this project is you'll need a circular needle that's 4 millimeters and 60 centimeters in length. You'll also need an elastic to go inside of your scrunchie. You'll need some 8-ply yarn, and today I'm working with an Australian yarn. It's Ash and Eve Designs. It's in their Luxury DK 8-ply merino, and the colorway is Blueberry Crumbs. And you'll also need, because you're working in the round, a stitch marker to mark the start of the round. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is to cast on your stitches. So you'll need quite a long tail for this because you're actually casting on 80 stitches and you don't want to run out of cast on tail. So make a slip knot, put that on your needle, and you're going to cast on 80 stitches straight on to your circular needle. Okay, so we've cast on our 80 stitches and we've still got quite a long tail, but that's okay because we'll need that later to sew our scrunchie up. So just try to keep that without getting it confused with your working yarn. The most important thing to do when you're working in the round is to make sure that your stitches aren't twisted. And what I mean by that is your cast on edge needs to be facing the same direction all the way around. You can see it here. I'll show you what it would look like if it was twisted. So if when you're casting on, you have a situation like this where the cast on edge goes up and around your needle, it means that your work will be twisted and there's no way that you can actually fix that without pulling out your stitches, which can be really frustrating the further you get into your knitting. So really important, if you see that, to make sure that you work your stitches so they're all facing the same direction and they're not twisted on your needles, like so. And before we start that first round, you're going to grab a stitch marker and place it on your needle. And that marks the first stitch of the round. So we're confident our stitches aren't twisted. We've marked where our round starts, and we're just going to work into that first stitch as per normal and knit all the way around. Always remembering that your first row after casting on is generally the most tricky, because even when we try not to cast on firmly, it tends to be the way that our stitches are just that little bit tighter in the first round. So keep going all the way around on your needle. Just moving the stitches around your needle as they go. And this is something that you'll get used to working in the round. The first few times that you do it is you kind of knit about half a dozen stitches and then you're just going to move your stitches around. So keep going until you get to the end of that round. Okay, so we're almost at the end of that first round, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to continue. last few tricky stitches. So that's our first round done, and all we need to do to continue is to slip that stitch and then continue with our second round, like so. And this pattern is so easy that that's all you need to do is keep knitting in the round like that until your piece measures between 6 and 8 centimeters, or about 2.5 to 3 inches. So just keep knitting in the round, making sure you don't twist your stitches, slipping that stitch marker at the start of each round. Also making sure that you're working with your working yarn and not your long tail. And once you've reached that magic number of 6 to 8 centimeters, or 2.5 to 3 inches, I'll catch you up on the other side and I'll show you how to finish off your project. Okay, I have to confess it's a few days later because I got distracted, but now I'm back with, it's not a few days later for you, obviously, because you're watching this in one go, but I'm just letting you know that if the bits and pieces on the table look different, that's the reason why. I am back. I've done my length of knitting for my scrunchie, and if you measure it, if you're an inches person, I've got just about 3 inches there. If you're from Australia like me, or the UK, and you're in metric, you can see I've got my 8 centimeters. So we've done a nice big chunk of knitting, and now we're ready to finish off our knitting. So this is our last stitch from that last round, and then we're just going to pop that stitch marker to the side. Now what's left to do is to cast off those stitches. So you're just going to knit 2 stitches, pass the first one over the second, then knit an additional stitch, pass that over. And you're just going to keep knitting 1 stitch and then passing the first one over the second one, and you're going to do that all the way around that row, casting off your 80 stitches. Okay, so we've got to our last 2 stitches on the needle. Just going to pass that one over like that, create a bigger loop. And then we're going to cut a relatively long tail, and I just like to pull that one through like so. So now you've got your cast off work. We can move that to the side and we won't need our needles anymore, so move them to the side. Now what's left to do is to sew our scrunchie using our elastic in the center to bring it all together. So the way I like to do this is I grab a book, and for this I'm using my A5 knitting journal. You can see that's got all my patterns in it. And what I like to do is I turn it inside out, making sure that my tails are in the right orientation. I place it over the end of my book like so, and then I get my elastic or hair tie and I center it on my knit scrunchie, making sure that these 2 tail bits are on the right side. So you can see here I've put it in the center on both sides, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie these 2 ends together so that when I sew up the seam of my scrunchie, it's even. So we're just going to tie it together like that, and then tie it one more time. Now you'll notice I've got 2 tails. I do that because I'm never really sure whether I've got enough yarn to go around, and I don't want to risk it. So I have a second one just in case I need to go back the other way. So now we've tied it up, I'm just going to slide this along to get the most out of my sewing up before I have to wiggle it around again. So once I've got it into, you can see you've got to kind of wrestle with it a little bit. Once I'm happy where it's placed, I'm going to get my darning needle and thread that end. And then all you need to do is sew up your seam by catching one stitch on each side and then pulling it through. Then we're going to catch that stitch and that stitch and pull it through. It's actually quite a calming, nice activity. I enjoy seaming things. After knitting for so long, it's kind of nice to pick up a needle and do something a bit different. This goes out to all my stitching friends out there. They can relate to how soothing it is to do stitch work. So as you can see, what I'm creating is a nice little even seam on my scrunchie. Just seeing which is the last one I've gone through, going to the next one. Now, once you get to the end, we're not there yet, all you need to do is you just wiggle your fabric around and keep moving it around, making sure that it's still centered at the back, and then you keep going. I'm just going to pick that one there. And you're going to keep sewing up your seam until you get to the other end, moving your piece around as you need. So keep doing that and I'll catch you up at the end. Okay, so you can see I'm almost at the end of sewing up my seam, and I was kind of right to panic about whether I had enough yarn, because I thought I had a really long piece, but even I am barely gonna scrape it in. So while I'm just sewing these last few stitches together, I thought I'd take the opportunity to invite people to share their ideas on what other patterns or tutorials you might like me to share. I'm really keen to get an online knitting community happening with JoolsyWoolsy and to support people with their knitting. I find knitting is a wonderful support for my own mental health, and I'm really keen to support others into taking up knitting so that it might help with theirs as well. So please leave comments below and let me know what sort of things you might need help with. You don't have to be a brand new knitter. You might be an experienced knitter who just is wanting to try something different, or you might never have done knitting before, and I'd love to help get you started so that you can make something that you're going to feel proud of. So we've just got to the last little bit. I just made it. Look at that. We don't need that piece, but we'll use that for something else. And all we're going to do is sew this piece in here and then pull it through like so. Now, see that I've got that? I'm not happy with that because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm going to pull that out. I like to make sure, you might not be as fussy as me, but I like my stuff looking really neat. That's better. Okay, so now we've just got to sew this end in. Like so. pull that through. Excellent. Then you're going to get your scissors horizontally against your piece of work and cut them as close as you can. Get rid of that. Same on this side. Now, when you pull, this is when the magic happens, when you pull it off the book, you can see you've got a lovely knit scrunchie. It's such a quick, easy project. It's a really great way to get started with knitting in the round. And they make lovely gifts for little people or big people. So yeah, give it a go. I'd love to hear about how you found this pattern. If you're on Ravelry, I'm on Ravelry as well, and I'd love you to join my little community over there, JoolsyWoolsy. And yeah, let me know what you'd like to see next. Please subscribe and like this video. It really helps me be able to share more free content with you. And I hope you have a wonderful knitting day.